Hello guys, today we will tell another story that is a part of the VOVO Hildemar stories. Okay, I'm happy to be in this environment here close to a lake, and the story that I'm gonna tell you happened in Europe. You know where is Europe? Europe is far away, thousands of miles away in the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. So to go to Europe, you have to go to the east coast from California and then cross the Atlantic Ocean. So it's far away. So there is a boy that was maybe Alana's age, about 8 years old. And this boy was there was a war in his country. You know, war, and then people fight with each other. And somehow his parents disappeared and he became alone. So, oh my. And then, but before his parents disappeared, they told him, hey, if you get in trouble because of the war, please go to Italy. They were in another country in the Balkans that is close to Greece and other countries there. And then they were far away from Italy, about, well, I don't know how many, but thousands of miles also. And then they have to cross a ocean, not a lake like that, but an ocean that, or a sea that is called Adriatic Sea. Well, when the boy was there and his parents didn't show up anymore, he decided, well, it's about time to go to Italy. Maybe I can meet my relatives there, that Papa said, or maybe I can even find my parents there. So he put in his mind, I'm gonna go to Italy. He got his bag and put a lot of things inside and put some granola bars and then water to get there, and then he went on his journey to Italy. But it was not easy. He get to get first to the harbor. When he got to the harbor, he was saying, well, I need to find here a ship. I don't see any boats here. I don't see any ships here. But then he got there and he saw a big ship that was anchored in the harbor. And then he went around and then all of a sudden he saw two sailors talking about Italy. And then he went close by and then he said, okay, I'm gonna listen what this guy is saying. And then he was able to hear that they are setting up their trip to Italy. Oh my, that's what he wanted. And then he stayed around in the area and then he paid attention to the ship. And at night he was able to climb the stairs to get to the ship. There was a bridge that takes from the harbor to the ship. He climbed there at night and then he hid himself behind some boxes, cardboard boxes that were in a cabin there. And he stayed there. So the ship went on his way next day and nobody noticed that the boy was there. When he was in the middle of the ship, he was cold, but he has a good jacket and he was hungry. What am I going to eat? So he went to his bag and guess what? He got a granola bar. How many of you like granola bars? So I am old, but I really like them. And so he got this granola bar and he was now happy because he was not that hungry anymore. I'm not gonna eat the whole thing because then I cannot talk much. And then he drank some water because the granola bar was a little dry. And then he passed one night inside of that, one day and one night inside of the box in the cabin hidden. And then on the other day, he was in Italy. He saw that the ship was anchoring here in the harbor in a city in Italy. But he didn't know where to go. He didn't know what he was doing in Italy, by the way. He just had got a message from his father that there are some relatives there in Italy, so look for them. He had 8 years old. So when he tried to move away from the boxes, guess what? A sailor saw him. Hey boy, what are you doing here? And he was able to run and then got in the bridge and got in land and ran away. And then he was walking around and said, well, where am I going? And then he prayed to the Lord, Lord, help me to find some relatives. Help me to find my family. And if it's possible, help me to find my mother and my father again. Amen. So he prayed that, and he continued walking, and then he saw a bus. When he saw a bus, he thought, I'm gonna take that bus. So he entered in the bus. But guess what? He didn't know how to speak Italian. So he sat in the bus seat and he was okay. And all of a sudden the driver came and then asked for him to pay for the ticket. And he was not understanding what the guy was saying. And then after a bunch of words in Italian that he could not understand, the bus driver stopped the bus and said, Bambino! Out! Fuera! And then he understood that Bambino was boy. Get out of here, boy, if you don't have the money. And so he left the bus and started walking. And he walked and walked and walked, and all of a sudden he started getting hungry again. And I still have my granola bar here, but he ate all granola bars that he had in his bag, and now he was hungry. And he was so hungry that he thought, I'm gonna stop in the first house here and then find some food. So he saw a big mansion and with white fences in the front and a big entrance, a lot of trees and a big lot. And he was very impressed by that, and he said, I'm gonna go there and knock to the door. So he went there and knocked at the door, and then an old lady came, and then she spoke in Italy some words, and then he said, I am hungry. I need something to eat, please, something to eat. Well, the lady was not understanding well, but she got the idea that this boy was hungry, a very short boy in the middle of nowhere. So she asked him, okay, come in. And then after a while, he sat there waiting, and then another lady came. And now was another lady, a little more gentle. And then she started talking to him in Italian. He didn't understand. And then she tried another language. He could not understand. She tried 3 languages, and the third language was his language. I don't know, it was Yugoslavian or Czech language or whatever language it was. He was not Italian, but they could communicate to each other in the same language. And then the boy was so thrilled. And then you know what he explained? He didn't say anything about his relatives and parents because he was afraid that they will send him to the police or whatever. And then he said that he was hungry, that he wants to drink something and eat. And then the lady said, okay, I will take you to the table here and I will give you a lot of granola bars again, and then but a big lunch, not just snacks. So you can eat beans and rice and beans and salads and sandwiches. And the boy, whoa, full his stomach, and he was so happy. Then the lady came again, and then she said, you know, night is coming, and you are tired, and then you are alone here. why don't you stay at night here, and tomorrow we will talk more about what we are going or where we are going and what we are going to do to help you. And then he was thinking that tomorrow she's gonna take me to the officials here and I'm gonna be in trouble. But anyways, she is offering me a place to sleep at night. I'll do it. So he slept, he went to a room, and the room was big, and there was a lot of pictures in the walls, a big and soft bed, and then he was so happy. And then blankets, now he was not going to feel cold anymore. So he went there and he started looking at the pictures. And then he looked at several pictures with children, with the family, and all of a sudden he saw a picture that impressed him. He saw that lady that was talking to him in the same language, and then he saw a bunch of people at the end. He saw the picture of his mother. He said, what? My mother is here in this picture. And then he could not handle. He opened the door and went to talk to the lady, knock at her room door and say, lady, 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 I want to see who is in this picture because my mom is here. And then she looked at him, what? Is this your mom? This is my sister. I haven't seen her in years. And this is my sister, and you are my nephew. And then from that time on, they figured out that the boy was led to that place where his aunt was living. And then she was able to adopt him, and he went to school, and he was so happy because God led him to his aunt. So that's a lesson for today. There is a God in heaven that is concerned about us, and no matter what happened to our lives, He is always at our side. So pay attention to that. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.